Now let's turn to the paradigm of the personal pronouns in your grammar and learn how to pronounce the various pronouns. Look at the first personal pronoun. We say that it has a common gender, that is, it could be either masculine or feminine. The singular nominative form is the word ego. Ego. Of course, we get the English word ego. A possible translation of this word is I. The singular genitive could be spelled two different ways. It could be either mu or the longer spelling emu. There's really no difference in meaning whether it's spelled using the shorter form or the longer form. And the possible translation would be my or mine or of me. Many times the Greek genitive can be translated into English by saying of something. Let's use the shorter version as we are trying to memorize this paradigm. So the singular genitive we will say is mu. Mu. The singular dative also has two different spellings. The short form is moi, and the longer form amoi. And the possible translations for the dative would be to me, or for me, with me, by me, or in me. Moi. The singular accusative is the same word that we have in English, the word me, but we're going to pronounce it in Greek, me, me, or the longer form, eme. And of course it means me. Let's go over the singular forms of the first personal pronoun. Say the word after me. Ego, mu, moi, me. And again, ego, mu, moi, me. In the plural, notice that each one of the plural forms begins with the long E in the Greek alphabet, an eta, and that there is rough breathing over the eta. The plural nominative is pronounced hemes, hemes, and it means we. The plural genitive is pronounced hemon, hemon, and it means our, or ours, or of us. The plural dative, hemin, hemin, with possible meanings of to us, for us, with us, by us, in us. It could also mean among us. Hemin. The plural accusative is hemas, hemas, and it means us. Let's pronounce those again, and you say the word after me. Hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas. And again, hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas. Now let's go over both the singular and the plural without stopping between. Starting with the singular nominative, ego, mu, moi, me, hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas. And again, ego, mu, moi, me, hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas. As you look at the second personal pronoun, do you notice any similarities between the forms of the second and the first personal pronouns? See how the genitive is spelled the same, or rather ends in the same diphthong, omicron, upsilon. Also, the singular dative ends in the same diphthong, the omicron iota diphthong. The singular accusative ends in an epsilon. Notice that in the plural, all of the words are spelled just like they are in the first personal pronoun, except that your initial letter is an upsilon with rough breathing, whereas in the first personal pronoun, it's an eta with rough breathing. Let's go over the second personal pronoun forms. The singular nominative, and again, notice that this is common gender. These words could be referring either to a man or to a woman. The singular nominative is su, su, and it means you. The genitive sounds much like it, su, su, meaning your, yours, or of you. The singular dative is soy, soy, meaning to you, for you, with you, by you, in you. The singular accusative is se, se, meaning you. Let's say these words again, and you repeat them after me. Su, su, soy, se. In the plural, the nominative is humes, humes. Hear the rough breathing sound in front. Humes. Notice that the translations in English are identical in the plural to those of the singular. The plural genitive is pronounced humon, humon. The plural dative, humin, humin. And the plural accusative, humas, humas. Let's go back to the singular and follow right through to the plural, and you repeat the words after me. Su, su, soy, se, humes, humon, humin, humas. And again, su, su, soy, se, humes, humon, humin, humas. Now let's do both the first and second personal pronouns, going right down the paradigm without stopping, and you repeat the word after me. Ego, mu, moi, me, hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas, su, su, soy, se, humes, humon, humin, humas. This time a little faster. Ego, mu, moi, me, hemes, hemon, hemin, hemas, su, soy, se, humes, humon, humin, humas. And now the third personal pronoun. Notice that in the third personal pronoun we have all three genders, masculine, feminine, and neuter. The masculine would refer to either a male or to a group of people. The masculine is used for inclusiveness. Or it would refer to some other noun that happens to be given the masculine gender designation. So the masculine singular nominative is the word for he, autos. Autos. The feminine is aute, aute, meaning she. And the neuter, auto, auto, meaning it. So we have, going across the paradigm, autos, aute, auto. The singular genitive in the masculine is autu, autu, meaning his or of him. The feminine is autes, autes, meaning her or hers or of her. The neuter is the same as the masculine, autu, meaning its or of it. And again, how would you know whether you were dealing with a neuter form or a masculine form of this pronoun? That's right, context. You'll hear me say this a lot. Context is everything. It is context which gives anything meaning. The singular dative in the masculine is the word auto. Notice the iota subscript underneath the omega on the end of the word. Auto, meaning to him, for him, with him, by him, in him. The feminine is aute, aute. Again, notice the iota subscript underneath the eta. Aute, meaning to her, for her, with her, by her, in her. The neuter is just as the masculine is, auto, auto, meaning to it, for it, with it, by it, in it. The masculine singular accusative is the word auton, auton, meaning him. The feminine is autain, autain, meaning her. And the neuter in the accusative is just as it is in what other case? That's right, the nominative. Always in the neuter gender, the nominative and accusative are identical. So the word is auto, meaning it. Let's go over this paradigm in the singular, going across masculine, feminine, and neuter, starting with the nominative case. Autos, aute, auto. The genitive, autu, autes, autu. The dative, auto, aute, auto. The accusative, auton, autain, auto. Do you notice anything similar about this word when you compare it to the paradigm of the definite article? It's identical in the way it ends, isn't it? Except for one place. Can you identify that one place where this pronoun is spelled differently in its ending than that of the definite article. The masculine singular nominative has a sigma on the end for the third personal pronoun. In the definite article, the sigma is missing. We would say that the definite article is actually deficient in that place. It really should have a sigma on the end, but probably because of its high frequency use, the sigma was dropped. Looking at the plural, notice again that these endings are the same endings that you have for the definite article paradigm. That makes this paradigm a lot easier to memorize once you have memorized the paradigm of the definite article. The masculine plural nominative is the word autoi. Autoi, meaning they. The feminine plural nominative is the word autai. Autai, also meaning they. And the neuter plural nominative is the word alta. Alta, again meaning they. Notice that for all three genders in English, the translations are identical. The plural genitive ends in omega nu in all three genders, just as it does in the definite article. Auton. Auton. The plural dative in the masculine is autois. Autois, meaning to them, for them, with them, by them, or in them. The feminine is autais. Autais. And the neuter, just like the masculine, autois. Autois. The masculine plural accusative is the word autus. Autus. The feminine plural accusative is autas. Autas. And notice again that the neuter plural accusative is the same as the nominative, auta. Auta. Now let's pronounce these again, and you repeat the word after me. Autoi. And in the feminine, autai. And the neuter, auta. Genitive, auton. 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 The dative, autois. Autais. Autois. And the accusative, autus. Autas. Auta. Let's go back and practice saying both the singular and the plural, beginning with the masculine and going horizontally across the paradigm. Autos. Aute. Auto. Autu. Autes. Autu. Auto. Aute. Auto. Auton. Autain. Auto. Autoi. Autai. Auta. Auton. 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 Autois. Autais. Autois. Autus. Autas. Auta. Very good. Now, just as I said that it is imperative that you memorize the paradigm of the definite article, so also it is imperative that you memorize these three paradigms of the personal pronoun. Your first personal pronoun, the second personal pronoun, and the third personal pronoun. These are high-frequency words, and you don't want to have to stumble over them. You must commit them to memory. So go over these paradigms over and over again until you have them memorized, and you can say the words quickly without having to think that much about where the word falls in the paradigm. Let's now look at another type of pronoun, the relative pronoun. And you'll find the paradigm of the relative pronoun right after the definite article in your grammar. I want you to notice that each form of the relative pronoun is spelled exactly like the endings of the definite article, except that in the masculine singular nominative there is a sigma on the end of the word. Notice that each form of the relative pronoun also has rough breathing and an accent. Be very careful that you don't confuse the neuter form of the relative pronoun with the masculine form of the definite article. Notice that they're spelled the same, but the neuter form of the relative pronoun has an accent, whereas the masculine form of the definite article does not. And that's the only difference. So be very careful with those two words. The masculine singular nominative of the relative pronoun is the word hos, with the rough breathing, hos. The feminine singular nominative is he, he. And the neuter singular nominative is ho, ho. It's important to realize that any of these forms, the masculine, feminine, or the neuter, could mean who, which, or what. The masculine can mean who, which, or what. The feminine can mean who, which, or what. And the neuter can mean who, which, or what. The masculine singular genitive is the word who. Who. The diphthong with rough breathing. Notice that when you have a diphthong, the breathing mark and the accent are placed over the second letter of the diphthong. The feminine singular genitive is the word haste. Haste. And the neuter is just like the masculine, who. Who. The masculine singular dative is ho. Again, notice the iota subscript for the singular dative. The iota is not pronounced, though, but it must be written. This is pronounced ho. The feminine is pronounced he. And the neuter is just like the masculine, ho. The singular accusative in the masculine is hon. Hon. The feminine, hain. Hain. And the neuter in the accusative, guess what? It's just like it is in the nominative, ho. Why? Because in the neuter gender, the nominative and accusative forms are always identical. Let's say the singular forms again. You repeat the word after me, beginning with the masculine singular nominative and working horizontally across the paradigm. Hos. He. Ho. Who. Haste. Who. Ho. He. Ho. Hon. Hain. Ho. In the plural, the masculine plural nominative is the diphthong hoi. Again, notice that the breathing mark and accent are placed over the second letter of the diphthong. The plural nominative is pronounced hoi. hoi. The feminine plural nominative is hai, hai. And the neuter plural nominative is ha, ha. The plural genitive is the same in all three genders. Hon, hon, hon. The plural dative, hois. In the feminine, heis. And the neuter, just like the masculine, hois. The masculine plural accusative is hus. The feminine plural accusative is has. And the neuter plural accusative is ha. Let's practice the plural forms of the relative pronoun. Say the words after me. Hoi, hai, ha, hon, 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 hois, heis, hois, hus, has, ha.